Yeah, we'll send you a link after to the movie.
Great.
So, yeah, first thing I want to do is to isolate that area instead of bringing in the whole thing because it's massive at 2 meter resolution and it's about 50 kilometers. So you sent me a shape file and I will just go ahead and there's a bunch of subsidiary files, but the shape file itself is what Roadeng will read. It will also read attributes and stuff from shape files. Actually, yeah, let me do it a different way. Instead of dragging and dropping it, let me open it, and that way it's going to change the current projection. You'll probably be always working in the same projection. But
I was going to ask, wouldn't the projection file be important to have in there?
Yeah, and it's gonna change my current terrain to be in that zone 11 projection.
Okay.
If I open it, but if I just drag and drop it, it's like a file insert, and it doesn't change the underlying projection, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There it is there, and it should pick up the projection. It sees that it's coming from this projection, and it's going to set the current projection to be that. So there is the shape file. Just might make my screen a bit bigger. So this is made up of a bunch of segments. These are individual road segments. What I would do normally is to join them together. So I select them, feature tools, join, and I can select that, hold the shift key down, join them. So now that's one feature. And if I'm going to do anything with it, like profile it or anything, it's a single feature. Same thing with the other ones. Let me just join them. This one, that one, join them. Okay, so they're joined. And that one was all one to begin with. Okay, so let me just save this file. I've already done this. Roads, I call it roads X. New version. Now what I want to do is I want to bring in the DEM data in this area. I don't want 50 kilometers worth. So one way to do that is to bring it in and use these as corridors and tell it just to get data inside the corridor. Another way to do it is to just quickly create a polygon and tell it to only bring data in that's inside the polygon. Okay. So there's an area of interest polygon. And the name of this area of interest is called feature. I could call it anything I want. Apply that. Okay, so now I can go and get the DEM data. And it takes, I think, a few minutes to read in. Can't remember how bad it was. Just now I can drag and drop.
Into there?
Into there, okay. And then here where I've got DEM options, I don't want to display the points. I just want to show the extents border. And also under selection, I want to tell it that I want to select a filtering region, which is a polygon. And it's that thing that I just created, that boundary thing.
Okay.
So that's the filtering region. And then inside the filtering region, I want to skip everything. Oh, sorry.
Right. Oh, okay.
Sorry. Inside, I want everything. Outside, which is the default, I want to skip everything.
Oh,
okay.
That
makes sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then I'm going to go ahead on this, and it's going to take probably a few minutes to read in. I'll leave that running for a sec, and I'll just pop out here and we can look at the result. So that's the file I sent you, I believe, called Topo and Roads. And I'll just open that up. I can have two instances of terrain running, no problem. There's the file I sent you. Taking a second to render the 3D. tell these windows. So these features, I guess I didn't join them, but let's look at them now. I'll join these. These don't have to be in the same file. It's, I don't know, just more
Makes it
convenient.
easier. Yeah.
Join them. Same thing with this guy. Join him. And, oops, him. Same thing I just did a minute ago. Okay, so now these are individual roads. And yeah, I first of all, I set the property of these to say elevations off, but modeled on. And you can see in the picture there, that means it's going to take the feature and just drop it onto the model. It's called a drape feature. There's
Okay.
other combinations of things. I could have elevations modeled off, stuff like that. But this particular setup with elevations off, modeled on, means it's going to be draped.
Okay.
And I could draw a feature on here if I wanted. I wanted to know, okay, what's it going to be? What's the grades like going forward here? I could actually draw that in
Okay.
this and have it draped on. So yeah. Now to get once it's draped, you can step along it, and every time there's a crossing point on a triangle, it's going to change elevation. So you actually get a lot of points. See that there?
Yeah.
A lot of points. And if you look at the profile of that, just that feature selected, click on profile window, and there's a profile showing you that, that particular feature.
Okay. So you got your elevation gain.
I could virtually design a grade line on here and look at the grades on it. I can display the grades. It might be kind of messy because there's a lot of points, but we can turn on grade labels.
I wonder what the best way it is to because what I want to do is to show the client that, okay, we walked this elevation gain and we want to be able to build for that. I think maybe like a table like this is a good way to display that, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got, I'll just, let me just back up a bit. I can get rid of all the intermediate crossing points. I could do it in the original feature, or I could do it on the profile. Yeah, that's maybe the easiest way. So here's the profile with all the little grade, itsy bitsy grade changes. See them there. That's in percent. You could create a feature that kind of follows that. I don't know, maybe that's presentable right there. There are some steep sections, according to the LiDAR. 18%?
Yeah, it's pretty high.
It does look high, yeah. Where is that? Was this is this a field run?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like it's going down into a little dip there. I don't know. That's what it is.
Yeah. That all depends. Sometimes like it's in the field or it's different, or sometimes it's the only option to do a little dip like that and they have to cut and fill.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the builder would probably cut and fill it out. So you can create a new feature here that you can just draw in with the mouse right on the same profile, just to make it a little simpler. Like that would be one grade, whatever. But if I can get the grades posted on just that feature, or I could create another profile window of it and take out the other
So how are Z value, like the Z values displayed like in the actual file? Like I know if you open up an attribute table, you know, you get the attributes, but is there a way to view those Z values other than on the software? Yeah.
Yep, there's a window here called, it's called the points window, feature window, points window. So there is the points that I've got selected. I chose this feature and updated the window. Those are all the little itsy bitsy points that
Okay. So I could
came
print that
from
off to that table and utilize that.
Sorry?
I could print that into like Excel and then use that as a
Sure.
as a
Sure,
way
just
to,
copy that to the
yeah.
clipboard. However I do that.
I think it's the bottom right there. Yeah.
Is it? That's what I want. Copy to clipboard over to Excel and paste it in.
Yeah. And then that's a good way to, because that's how we do our lobby deliverables, just showing, for example, like on Excel, like when we do our meter breakdowns for how much we walked, it's good to show it like this with elevation gain.
Yeah. I could also put in here maybe the station would be of interest.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's each station rather than having all the points.
Yeah, just the station. So I do that under options, add, remove. Somewhere here is station reference, station, shift it up. The full name, that's just the name of the road. So now I have the station increasing.
Okay.
Station starting at 0, you can change the start station.
That's each vertice, correct?
Sorry?
Is the station like each vertice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
I go back, I can get rid of the intermediate calculated points. Go back to this. And I'll make it unconnected. Apply that. Now, those are the original field points
Okay.
instead of all the triangle crossing points. Now, what do? I turn on elevations and I hit connected and apply. So now I think I've only got points at the survey stations that were picked up in the field.
Okay. That's
Kind of a trick.
ideal, is that model.
Yeah, it's kind of a trick. But you can do that. Properties.
And then from this point now, because eventually if I'm submitting them like that information on the elevation, I want to use that file that I got that data from and send that to them as a final road file. So that could be, so from this window now here, how do you like export that into a shapefile that can be opened in ArcMap?
Okay, so I would do it as a shapefile with elevations.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with that. Save as shapefile. Sorry, hit the wrong thing there. Shapefile. It's going to have elevations in it.
Right.
And I'm going to export the polylines, which will actually include my boundary. Or I could just do the selected feature only.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got this thing turned on, include Z values.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's going to create a shapefile with Z values in it. Let's just have a look at that.
Where did you go again to export? I missed that step.
File, save as.
Oh, save as. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, perfect.
Ways to say it. Yeah, so that's the one I created. I can read it back into Terrain and just see that it's got elevations. I don't have ARC or anything like that installed.
Okay,
here.
that's fine.
I can send this to you. You don't believe me?
Yeah.
Bring it in. And you can see it's got elevations. That's come from a shape.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of other things you can do
Mhm.
with this. That's pretty focused.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one tool that I've been looking at. That's the main, I mentioned Andy, like that's kind of like the main reason why we were looking into the software was to get that
Right.
functionality.
I'll bet you find there's a lot of other stuff you can do. So I've
Mhm.
done the import in this other window, and there was only 800,000 points in that area.
Yeah.
But in the whole file, I think it was literally hundreds of millions. So I had to use this boundary to
Yeah.
to filter.
Oh, great. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, when you get the software and you need help with some stuff, you call us and you get a demo like this. We quite often when people are getting started, we'll give them a few demos and then they're off and running and
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I'm pretty sold on the terrain package there. This is great.
Okay,
Good to hear. Good to hear.
we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
And
Well,
I'm going to sign off.
actually, Mark,
Yeah.
just got a quick question, and this is just coming out of personal curiosity, and I know this won't change anything in terms of your decision as to go with terrain or road edge, but would you mind if I could ask you which type of clients or customers that Forteck normally works with? I couldn't completely understand how you just needed
Yeah.
this scraping function primarily
Yeah.
as opposed to needing the full the location functions available in RoadEng.
Yeah. So what we provide our clients with is shape files and the maps after our layouts. So we go and we plan the block before they log it. But we don't actually provide. We don't provide like a lot of the mills already, like the operations team already has the road edge file, like the software that they need in order to
Oh, okay.
make the roads. So what
Okay.
we're looking at it is mainly it's a billing perspective. So we can bill the client the extra elevation gain that we're using when we're working.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. Now I understand. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Mark, I'll be quite frank with you. You already know how much the terrain costs.
Yeah.
When would you like to move forward with getting a license?
Yeah. I guess right away here. We need to discuss this with our CFO, Danielle.
Okay.
I think we were kind of, yeah, I think she let the decision up to me. So I'll just let her know that we're moving forward with it and we'll get to demoing this here soon. So, or I mean,
Perfect.
get to downloading it and using
I
it.
wonder, we should probably clip this out of the recording. Anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure.
Gosh, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're being recorded. Don't tell any dirty jokes or anything. I'm
Yeah.
going to sign off. Mark, good talking to you.
Yeah.
If you have some more questions, call or email is best, actually.
For sure. Can I email directly to you?
Better to go through support.
Okay.
It gets monitored better than I monitor my email, to be honest. And
For sure.
yeah, so that's the way forward.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Craig. Appreciate your time.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.